or are we connected?
Yes, now, yes.
Oh, really? Okay. So let's start. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Okay, very good. Mm, Okay. As you can see, we are gonna talk about the skin, part 1 and 2, okay? And we're gonna name some types of skin lesion. I don't know if you can read the first 5, please, Salome.
Sure. A ver. Some types of skin lesion. Medical term. Macule. Common word. Spot. Features not raised above the surface of the skin. Papule. Medical term papule. Common word. Spot and features raised above the surface of the skin. Nodule. Common word. Lump. Features a large papule. Vesicle, common word, small blister, and feature is filled with fluid. And bulla, common word, blister, a large vesicle.
Okay, thank you. And the next 5, please, Liz.
Sure, teacher. Postal, there is no common word. In features, file with pus. Crust, common word, scab. Features, dried blood, etc. on the surface of the skin. Scales, the common word is scales too. Features a thin layer of epidermis separate from the skin. Cicatrix, plural cicatrice. Scar, in features a mark on the skin after healing. And the last one, nevus, common word, birthmark, features a colored skin lesion present at birth.
Okay, thank you. And the last 3, please, Carlita, with the notes.
Okay, okay. Fleshy neighbors. Mole, common word mole, features a raised brown neighbors. Verruca, common word, features a nodule produced by HPV. Furuncle, common word boil, features a large pustule or skin abscess. Note, the liquid often yellow formed as a result of infection is pus. If a lesion is pustular, it is filled with pus.
Okay, thank you very much. So as you can see, we are just remember, we already seen this at medicine school or the nurse school, or in my case at the dentist school, right? And features are the characteristics of these types of skin lesions. Do you have any doubt for any word here that you cannot understand? For example, we have bulla, right? That its characteristics are a large vesicle, but I don't know how would be which will be the translation for bulla. Do you know any words in mind?
I don't know.
Bulla. And I'm looking for the dictionary, but I find the same word, bulla, and I don't know if you know this word in your areas.
I've heard bulla as a pulmonary lesion, but I hear says skin lesion, so I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. This will be our homework too, okay, for next class or tomorrow. Maybe if we can explain to us each other, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you have any other question.
Well, I was looking for on internet the common word of bulla, a blister, and I found it ampolla.
Okay,
So I think so that makes sense because the feature says a large vesicle.
yes, right. Okay, so you solved our question. Then we did our homework. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you, Lee.
Okay,
You're welcome.
okay. I don't know if there is something doubt of another word, and if someone of you know this word and can explain, please be my guest. I want to hear the sound of the pronunciation of Beruca. Oh, just like in Spanish, Beruca,
Ah,
Beruca. It's almost the same.
teacher, the meaning of boil on internet is hervir,
Yeah,
but as a lesson, I don't know.
okay. Furuncle,
Yes, the last one.
boil, a large pustule or skin abscess. I think it refers to a kind of swelling,
Mhm.
an elevation of the skin. I think it refers to that because we have another word with boil
Mhm.
to refer some kind of dish. I don't know. Some. It's very common to eat soup,
Mm.
boil. I don't know if you have another word to explain.
Uh, Teacher, I have a question.
Yeah.
I was searching about Neubus birthmark.
Yeah. Nebus.
Eso significa
Nebo.
nebus lunar.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. We're gonna find out this question for boil. Okay. Okay, I have something here. A boil is a painful pus-filled bump that forms under your skin when bacteria infect and inflame or and more of your hair follicles. Okay, so it's a kind of swelling, a boil.
So the same word has different meanings.
Yeah, right.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Boils, fungal, starts red, tender bumps. Okay. Okay, so are we good here or there is something else?
No, teacher.
I think
Um,
we can pretty much understand, right? Or if there is something we can solve
Sorry, teacher.
now.
In the scales, in the features, says a thin layer. The pronunciation is okay, liar, or how is it? Because lawyer is abogado. Y mentiroso, I don't remember, so I think it's
Yeah.
confused.
Liar.
Yeah, liar too. Okay. Liar. Let me check. I think it's almost the same pronunciation. You know, in English, it has a variation of almost nothing between I, E, O. It's almost nothing. Okay,
Uh-huh.
like abogado, for example, it's lawyer.
Uh-huh.
This can be liar. Okay,
Mhm.
and the and the difference between liar like this and liar or mentiroso, it would be just the writing or the
Ah,
typing, right?
okay.
Because it's L-I-E, lie, liar, right?
Okay,
Let me
thank you.
check. Do you know the word infraction? But not infraction like when when you park your car in the wrong space, but in medicine, infraction or infracción.
No?
Okay, in odontology we have a lesion of the enamel that it's called infraction. Okay, um, and this is so similar to these scales. It's a thin layer of enamel
Mm,
separated from each other, from the other side of enamel. Okay, it's almost hard to see.
okay. Teacher, talking about about similar pronunciation, I have a question. I was talking with a friend, native to USA, and he didn't understand me because I was telling him about I had a patient, un paciente, but I don't know how to difference the pronunciation of paciente de paciencia y paciente de médico.
Okay, um, you know, Latins, we as Latins have a different kind of speaking. It's not native. That's why they have to try to understand. It always will be something different. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
don't worry because it's part of your nature. You know Spanish, and you are learning English. Of course, you're trying to speak English. Be patient. It's like sé paciente, right?
Uh-huh.
I will
Mhm.
take care of my patient. It's like voy a tener cuidado de mi paciente.
But
It's
the word is the same.
it's the same. It's the same. Just the way you express is other. Okay, and be
Ah,
careful with this. But
the
the word is
context.
the same. Well, another thing you can do is it's maybe look for synonyms. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
instead of being patient, you can say you have to wait for this to happen or something like that. You wanna mark a difference. Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. We all of Latins have the same problem, unless we live there in United States or UK maybe. That's when we can practice a lot, right? And we educate our ears, our tongue, and pretty much speak almost like them. Okay.
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 So we have rashes. And I don't know, Carlita, can you read it, please?
Sure. Rashes. A single skin lesion can be regular or irregular in shape. When there are many multiple lesions, especially macular or papules, the result is a rash or spots in common language. For example, the rash of an infectious disease such as rubella. A rash is said to erupt or break out. My little boy has broken out in spots all over his body. The following features of a skin usually noted localization, size, shape, color, type. For a rash, note also distribution, widespread or on many parts of the body or localized on one part only. Grouping, scattered more or less evenly spread out or in clusters, small groups.
Okay, thank you very much. Then, as we know, oh, first of all, I was listening the word layer, liar, liar as mentiroso, right?
Uh-huh.
Lawyer as abogado, layer, layer as a
There.
capa, okay? That's the meaning, Spanish.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And here in this part, I know that in the first courses of our careers, maybe we take some classes of semiology, and I know that teachers told us to explain and describe these kind of skin lesions, right? Is the same in your country or is just in my country or in my career?
It's same here.
Okay,
Yeah, it's the same.
okay, perfect. So for example, if you want to describe some kind of these lesions, what would you say? Just a little bit, not whole thing. Maybe taking
For example, my
in mind location, size, shape. I'm sorry. Continue.
sorry. For example, my patient has I don't know, a furuncle in his nose. Um, the size is 3 centimeters of diameter. How should I say in English? Diameter.
I think it was diameter, but let me check.
Diameter. Yes.
Yeah, right.
And yes,
The correct
okay.
word.
Diameter
So,
and maybe you. Okay,
yeah, I'm so sorry.
thank you.
I thought someone told me, and it's the right thing, the diameter.
Diameter. And 1, 2 deepness. It is maybe yellow. In it is heat. Something like this, for example.
Okay. I don't know if Carla or Salome can add something or want to add something.
Probably the number of like we have five lesions or something. They maybe say that, but after that it's complete.
Okay. So maybe in a case, okay. So maybe in a case where these lesions were like this, there are so many lesions. I don't know if you can count them, but you can say a grouping or scattered, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
And maybe for these ones, yes, you can count. There are two, four, no, where is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, right? I'm pretty much blind. I'm so sorry. Okay, lesions in his arm, or am I wrong?
Yes, and most of the time we count in the foreigns examination, and because that we have different lesions in every part of the body, so I think I was talking about I mixed it up. I'm sorry.
Okay, but I understand
Yeah.
your point. Okay, I don't know if you can add something else.
We say here, my patient has a, in Spanish, dermatosis localizada en. So in English, I don't know how to say dermatosis localized in. That's the way that we introduce our patients.
Okay, I heard pretty much about dermatitis, right? It's the same, but dermatosis. Hmm. Well, the translation would be skin disease.
Mm,
Mm, Pretty much. Well, it would be the most common. I don't know if you find in your dictionaries another word to use dermatosis, because there is a difference between dermatosis and dermatitis.
yes, dermatitis is an illness.
Inflammation, okay, right?
Uh-huh.
In dermatosis,
Is the way that we introduce our patient, a lesion of our patient, but uh, after we said the dermatosis, we describe the lesion.
okay. So if it would be correct if you describe, I'm sorry, if you say there is an skin disease, and then
Localizing.
yeah, and then describe.
Uh-huh.
It okay? Okay,
Okay, thanks.
welcome. Um, okay, Salome, can you read this for us?
Sure. Injuries to the skin. Here is an extract from a medical website. Mechanical injuries to the skin are divided into those caused by a blunt force, such as a punch from a fist, and those caused by a sharp force, such as a knife. Injuries from blunt forces. An abrasion, also called a graze or a scratch, is a superficial surface injury involving only the epidermis, which has been removed by friction. A scratch is linear, as in fingernail scratches, whereas a graze involves a wider area, as in abrasion caused by dragging part of the body over a rough surface. A contusion, also called a bruise. Bruise is correct?
Um, where are you?
Bruise.
Bruce.
Bruise. Okay, bruise. Is an injury that occurs when blood vessels in the skin are damaged. Yeah. A laceration, also called a tear, is a wound involving both the dermis and epidermis. It is usually distinguished from penetrating or incised wounds by its irregular edges and relative lack of bleeding. Injuries from sharp forces. An incised wound, also called a cut, is a break in the skin where the length of the wound on the surface is greater than the depth of the wound. For example, a wound caused by a razor blade. The depth of a penetrating wound is greater than the superficial length of the wound. For example, a stab wound caused by a knife.
Okay, thank you very much. The word that we use is distinguished, by the way. I know we are not, um, we don't use this kind of words so much, but is distinguished, okay? Don't forget that, please. Okay, there are many words that we don't use commonly. I don't know if you have any questions. For example, blunt force. Do you know what this means? In context?
The internet says me fuerza contundente.
Right. Something contundent. And sharp force, it would be like a kind of force, maybe um, like leve,
Mm,
because the internet says aguda.
Creo que es cortante. Sharp.
In context,
Force.
right?
Yes.
And those caused by sharp force. Yeah, it would be. Other words that you want to attend? For example, here you have a contusion as a synonym of bruise. In laceration as a synonym of tear. But we remember that tear is like when we cry, the liquid, it falls from our eyes, right?
mhm.
Anything else?
What is the meaning of deep?
Where is it? I'm
In the
sorry.
paragraph.
Oh, depth. Than the depth, the wound, right? Okay. I'm just looking for wound. Or do you know the word wound?
Herida.
Okay. Wound, then depth. It's something really deep. Okay, the translation it would be profundo too.
Okay.
Something else?
I think no.
Okay. I don't know if you write down your evolutions. It's okay if I call them evolution. The
Evolution notes.
yeah, right. The text you write down after you attend a patient,
Yes.
right? I think you use some so many words like this to describe the disease or the lesion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Teacher,
know. Uh, yeah.
sorry, continue. I ask you. Oh,
Okay. I was wondering if Salome do the same. I don't know.
About what, teacher?
You after you attend a patient, if you write down an evolution too.
Yes, it's not like an evolution. It's called a nursing note, but is here in Ecuador is with a system called SOAPIER. That this method evaluate of the condition of the patient, but at the same time of the problem that are presentate the patient in that at that moment. What is the intervention or the action that the nurse will do for for the patient be better in the transcursion of the hospital that the patient be there.
Okay. Okay, but I think it's not that long as this kind of writing. Maybe something.
It's shorter
Okay.
than the medical.
Yeah, I think the doctors use a lot of paper to write down the evolution notes. Yeah, or am I wrong? The,
yes,
the dentist does. The whole procedure is in that notes. I don't know if you do the same.
yes, and we always want a pen in our shift.
And I think the doctor wastes a lot of time making that evolution. And imagine it's not only for one patient, it be for many patients. I think it really tired to do that. And all hospital have a computer. It's like the doctors need to write. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. But I think it's more for them to I don't know, to cover their their job, right? Because I know that some patients may can be a problem, and it's something legal to write down this evolution. This protects you in some cases. So
Yes.
it must be done. Okay, you were telling me something. Is
Ah, I want to know the meaning of dragging.
dragging. Where
It's in
is
the second paragraph, and the last part says that by dragging part of the body over a rough surface.
Es arrastrar más o menos.
yeah, right.
Arrastrar. Okay, thanks.
We already heard this word a few units ago, I think. Or am I wrong? Okay, but the meaning is arrastrar.
Okay.
Okay, so we have here a case report. Okay, I want you to read with me in silence the report and compare with the illustration. After we read this, you will tell me if you find something else that is not here. Okay. A 9-year-old boy presented to the accident and emergency department after he stumbled and fell while running in a wood. He had received a blow to the head from a rock and had been scratched by bushes. On examination, a vertical laceration 1 centimeter long was noted on the bridge of his nose, just right of the midline. There were a number of superficial scratches on the right side of his forehead. His right upper lid was mildly contused. I think it was pretty much comparing. Or you notice something that is not in this case.
I don't know if I am wrong, but I maybe I
Mhm.
see some bruises in under the left eye.
Here. Oh, here,
I don't know is a bruises or it's only
a shadow.
shadow, exactly a shadow.
Okay, so what do you say, girls? Carla and
I
Salome.
agree with Liz. I am looking careful, but I think yeah, they had something there.
I think I see some cicatrix on the middle of the brows. Uh, it's
Right
like
here?
yes,
Mhm.
not a
Yes.
lesion of the case, but they
A
maybe
past lesion, right?
yes.
Yes, I see it too. I don't know here if there are bruises or shadow. I don't know. So Carla, you will be you will have the last word. Okay.
And on the left, no, the right eyelid too.
Yeah, I think they are bruises. I think.
Okay. Yeah, it might be because I'm a little bit blind, so you can understand that, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an exercise I think you do almost every day, right? You have to check the patient to watch what is not correct in the patient and what is going on. If he has something else but the problem he went there for, or if he's um, having some trouble maybe in their homes, I don't know, but I think you are pretty much sensitive in these cases, right? So my question would be, did you notice in your experience if some patient went to your consultations or at the hospital and maybe saying that she or he fall and it wasn't like that? The truth was that he was maybe, I don't know, abused or something, or
Yes,
nothing like that.
yes,
Yes.
yes. In Quito, in a medical center called La Tola, when I was a student, I was doing my internship there. Um, was not an adult, was a a child that the mom said that he fall in the steps, but that is don't like that. So the doctor made a lot of questions and try to like in ¿cómo sería? Indagar muchísimo a la mamá, pregunta tras pregunta. I mean, like the doctors asked something in
Uh-huh.
one question, after a moment asked the same thing, but with a different form of the question, and that is how the doctor can know the truth about what happened with the child, and that was abuse for her father. That's really sad because it was a baby. It's like maybe 4 years. That is
Oh
my
no.
experience.
Okay, so which one would be management there? You really have to write down. I don't know. Maybe go to the police and present it.
Is I think it is notified for an entity that is called DINAPEN that is charged about the kids and the teenagers when these kind of things happen in their family.
Okay.
And what is the most of the process about that? I don't know really. I don't know, so I can explain you.
Okay. Thank you, Carla. I don't know if it works the same way here in Bolivia. Or do you know something?
Yeah, we have a lot of these cases here because there's a high number of what is child abuse?
Abuse.
Yes. So we have an office in all public health services that is called. um uh, I just forgot the name. He- social workers,
Yeah.
social workers that we advise them when we saw any type of past lesions that doesn't belong to the description of their fathers. So we call them immediately. They
Okay.
get charged to call the police and everything because we just do the examination. We don't do the legal part.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Um. Okay. So can you read it, please, Liz?
Sure, teacher. Source. The word source is a popular term for many different types of skin lesion, especially infected lesions. A pressure sore is a skin ulcer caused by pressure. For example, the pressure of layer in bed for long periods, also known as a bed sore or the cubitus ulcer. A cold is a lesion caused by herpes simplex. Note: the adjective sore means painful, for example, a sore throat.
Excellent. So, do you have any questions here? Canker sore. It would be called aptas here in Bolivia. I don't know in Ecuador, or is it the same?
Yeah, we use the same term.
Okay.
We use aftas, and the most common word that people say is fuego, more than
Yeah,
after.
we use it too here. Okay. So I think it's pretty much understand, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the urinary system then. I want you to make this conversation, please. I don't know, is Salome and Carla?
Sure.
Okay.
So
Uh,
Mr. Dance.
okay, I'm the doctor then. Are you having any trouble with your water works?
Well, I do seem to have to go to the toilet more often than I used to.
How often is that?
It depends, but sometimes it's every hour or even more often.
What about at night? Do you have to get up at night?
Yes, nearly always 2 or 3 times.
Do you get any burning or pain when you pass water?
Not usually.
Do you have any trouble getting started?
No.
Is the stream normal? I mean, is there still a good strong flow?
Perhaps not quite so good as I used to be.
Do you ever lose control of your bladder? Any leaking or dribbling?
Well, perhaps a little dribbling from time to time.
Have you ever passed blood in the urine?
No, never.
Okay, thank you very much. And can you read the other side, please, Liz?
Yes, teacher. Urinary symptoms. Urine is formed in the kidneys and stored in the bladder until it is passed or voided. Patients may say, I have some pain when I pass water or pee. Doctors may say, are you having any trouble with your waterworks?
Okay, thank you very much. So let's just keep this conversation because we're gonna do an exercise later. Okay, please, Salome, can you read this box?
Sure, teacher. Common urinary symptoms and their definitions. Frequency. Frequent passing of urine. Dysuria. Burning or scalding pain in the urethra when
Urethra.
passing when you passing urine. Nocturia. Urination at night. Urgency. Urgent need to pass urine. Hesitancy.
Hesitancy, yeah.
Hesitancy, difficulty starting to pass urine, urinary incontinence, involuntary passing of urine, hematuria, macroscopic blood in the urine.
Okay, okay. So you have anyone, any word you can add here that is not in the box? Or you think it's almost the same, you use the same words?
Uh, I think we use the word polyacuria when we talk about the frequency of going to urine.
Uh-huh.
Then it's almost the same.
Okay.
And I think oliguria too is a diminution of the urine, the quantity of the urine.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, we are talking about polyuria, right?
Well, someone say polyuria, someone say polyacuria. It
Okay.
depends.
Okay, so I
Maybe in
learned
Bolivia
something
we
new.
say. Excuse. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yes, I think polyuria is how many times do you go or do you pass urine, and polyuria is a quantity to the urine.
Oh, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so
They are different things. Yes.
yeah, I think we use the same definitions, but as we find almost similar, we get confused. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have some kind of tests that we can use. I want you please to read one paragraph each one of you. Okay, so So the first one would be Salome, the second Carla, and the third Liz. Please.
Sure. Urinalysis. Urinalysis is the analysis of urine. Simple sequencing tests of the urine are carried out with reagent strips. For example, cleaning sticks for the detection of glucose. More detailed tests are carried out in a laboratory on a specimen of urine.
Typical
Okay.
specimens are a midstream specimen, MSU, and a catheter specimen, CSU. Microscopic examination might reveal the presence of red blood cells, pus cells, or casts. Casts are solid bodies formed by protein or cells.
Plus signs are used in case notes to indicate abnormal findings. A small amount plus 1 plus is described as a trace. For a large amount, 3 pluses, the words gross or marked can be used, for example, gross hematuria. When there is nothing, the word nil is common.
Well, thank you very much. So I think we are not doing this almost never because it's not our job, right? Not nor the doctors, nor the nurses, less than dentists. Okay, but it remains as to how to do these tests. And I don't know if you find some differences between Bolivia and Ecuador with this one, with this example.
I have seen the same example.
Okay,
Yeah, I think in Bolivia it's the same too.
it's the same. Okay, so we just were remembering. And I don't know. eh, for example, I know that we can find some affections or diseases by urine, by these tests, right? Like what? Like which ones?
The
Can you
most common infection.
uh, can you give me examples? And what else besides infections?
I think the most common is the urine infection, when we found so many bacteria in the urine. And for example, in the example that you have, down could be described bacteria and maybe three pluses.
Okay. So for example, diabetes can be known something about this disease just for the urine test.
Yes, you can have an idea about diabetes if you find sugar in the urine.
Okay. So what else?
If you find red blood cells, you can find pyelonephritis, renal infection.
Yeah, I know.
And well, like in the diabetes, I think we call it cetonic bodies, cuerpos cetónicos. I don't know if it's the same name, but I think it might be similar.
What do you say?
Yeah, we use satanic body too here.
Okay. Okay, so I think it's the most common and we can use it for pretty much infections and I don't know other illness or diseases. You said, Carla, What was the name of the disease you said before?
Um,
Pyelonephritiis?
Pyelonephritis, but I don't know the translation. Maybe renal infection
Yeah,
or
it would be the conjunction, right? Renal
mm,
infection, but the specific one, I think it's pyelonephritis to
oh, okay. Okay, thank you, teacher.
find out. Okay, okay. So here we have the first part. I think we don't have time for the second part, but we are gonna see it the next week. Okay, it was very long. That's why I divided into two parts. But I think we can solve this next week. Okay, I will send to you a link. I will share with you a link with some homework for this weekend, since I didn't give you last Tuesday, right?
It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay, please do your job. And I'm sorry, I forgot completely. Okay, and I will take a picture of you, but I will send to you my little questionnaire first. Okay, I think you can see that.
Don't, teacher.
Thank you very much.
Teacher, I was thinking about renal disease.
Mhm.
When we are looking for renal cálculos renales, but I don't know the difference between cálculos like a disease and cálculos like
Mathematics.
calcular.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna find out. If you are looking for and you have something to say here, it's the moment. We're gonna find out together, okay?
I, I'm not sure, but I think they say kidney stones or maybe I don't know if it works the word strokes.
That
It's
will find.
stones. Sorry,
Kidney
stones.
stones, it was the right, is the right definition in English. Kidney stones you can call for cálculos renales.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, guys, thank you very much. See you tomorrow then. Who's gonna be first now?
Me.
Go,
You,
go.
Salome?
No problem.
So really, you want to go first?
No problem. It's okay. Go
Okay,
first.
so
Okay,
thank you.
so Salome go first.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, who's gonna be second?
Can I be second?
Liz?
Yes, please.
Okay. And we have Carla at 6:30. It's okay?
Okay. Yes, yes.
Okay, guys. Have a nice night. See you tomorrow then.
See you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Good
Thank
night.
See
you.
you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Goodbye.